Hey everybody, welcome back to the Mental Toughness blog with Chris Doris. After I deliver a workshop, a mental toughness training seminar, for a private group, like I did a couple weeks ago in Manhattan for a company called Salesforce, and it was actually being hosted by PricewaterhouseCoopers. I always send out what's called an impact survey, so I can measure the impact of the effectiveness of our experience together, so I can upgrade it and actually use it for multiple reasons. But here's the point: is I'm getting responses right now, and just this morning I got a response from someone who had requested. One of the questions on the survey is, what else would you like to see? If we further or deepen our work here, what are some questions that you have, or what's some content that you'd love to see that would help you in your work? And one woman responded. She said, I'd love to see something on how to use mental toughness in response to getting no's, right? And I think that's just absolutely brilliant, because sales is no's. It's like, if you're a golfer, one of the great mental coaches in golf of all time, Dr. Bob Rotella, wrote a great book which is called Golf is Not a Game of Perfect. And it's sort of in the same exact line of thought. Sales is a game of no's, right? So let's break it down to a few hit points here. First of all, getting a no, when a customer says, no thanks, I'm not interested in your product, go away. That's actually not a problem. Nothing is a problem, right? Shakespeare said it best: nothing good or bad happens until you think it so, right? So no is not a problem. Not only is no not a problem, no is the best thing that could have happened. So here's hit point number one. Nothing is a problem, including getting no's, until you interpret it that way. So the low-grade interpretation of getting rejected, if that's how you're looking at it, which it is, if you're having a problem with getting no, you are interpreting that as getting rejected. So upgrade your interpretation to say this is actually the best thing that could have happened. And I actually have that message sent to myself. I just got a couple texts. I wanted to see if it was one of them, if it happened while I was talking about it. I love when that stuff happens. That's synchronistic stuff. I have texts automatically sent to myself. I use a system to send myself reminders, text messages on my phone all throughout the day on different things. And one of them that comes up every day is the message, hey man, this is the best damn thing that could have happened. Because I really want to make that my default response to everything, right? So in fact, I'm going to do a video blog on that later on. Exactly that, which having perfect as our default response. Training ourselves to respond. Imagine that, right? So look for that video. I think it'll be entitled "Perfect as the Default Response." So the first point is there are no problems, right? There are only results. So you see how it says here, no is not a problem. No is simply a result. It's a result. And there are two categories of results. One, I get what I want. Two, I don't. And we love them both with the same degree of love and enthusiasm. Seriously. That is mental toughness. It is not only not having a problem with any outcome, but understanding that every single, without exception, set of circumstances can be leveraged, utilized, capitalized upon for individual and collective gain if viewed masterfully, if interpreted appropriately, right? And again, it all comes back to interpretations. For me, mental toughness is about the ability to interpret reality opportunistically, to interpret all, to just love what is, like Byron Katie's book, which is over here, Loving What Is, loving everything, like training yourself to love it all. Right? So no is simply a result. Now, moving up from the lowest grade interpretation of no is, oh, that sucks, it's a problem, right? To, no, it's not a problem, it's it's just a result, right? Like Shakespeare said, nothing good or bad happens until you think it's so. Or my favorite mantra is, for that is, ain't bad, it ain't bad, just is, right? Ain't bad, just is. But moving up from that is this is perfect, right? Because I love all results equally well, right? So we said there's two results. You got what you want, you didn't get what you want. And I love them both with the same degree of enthusiasm. When I get what I want, I love that so much because I get to celebrate that I got what I wanted. When I don't get what I want to love that so much because that's when I really get to grow. And as humans, we are designed for growth. That's badass, right? And it's in the not getting what I want scenarios where I get to grow. Here's the next hit point. I get to grow by asking myself the question, okay, awesome, what's the learning in this? And there's always a lesson in every sales call, go in and do a post game afterwards. If they say no, say, okay, what's the learning in this? To ask yourself questions like, did I go in from a place of service? Did I get my head right before I interacted with this client? Was I serving or was I trying to get? Right? Was I going in to give or was I going in to get? Did I do enough research on this client? Did I even know whether or not my product was actually useful for them, or am I just trying to push it, to meet my numbers or hit my quota? Did I really do my due diligence and really study this human and study their experience and study their product and like really figure out, first of all, whether or not my product is even perfect or a killer for them, or useful? Do I know what their problems are and that my product can fix it? So I want to ask all these questions. Right, and what's the learning? Was I rehearsed enough? Did I listen well? Right, So whatever the learning is, I want to be excited about the opportunity to find that nugget of gold, right, and to be able to capitalize on that learning opportunity. So no is actually the perfect outcome, right? Now here to further boost that, and this isn't bullshit. This is like looking at things realistically, like meaning not having a problem with reality, right? Understanding that there's value in every set of circumstances. So the no means, oh, perfect. Well, why? Why is it perfect? Well, one reason is because statistically speaking, every time I get a no, I have moved closer to my next yes. That's a fact, right? So let's look at the diagram at the bottom, right? Yes lives in the land of no. You got that? Yes resides in the land of no. So I want to get as many no's as possible because yes is in there, right? So the more no's I get, badass, because that means that I am closer to the yes. This is awesome. All right, so there you go. Those are some really significantly upgraded ways of interpreting no. Love your no's. You have to love your no's. You're not going to enjoy your life. You certainly will achieve no success if you've got a problem with your no's. And in other no's. All right, that's enough. All right, I'll talk to you guys later on. Peace. Create miracles.